Scene from Echoes in the Valley out here at Gatton, and today we're going to be planting native bush foods to add to our food forest, so that because they're more drought resistant, and we're finding the weather is getting really warm and our fruit trees are suffering.
Would you define permaculture?
A permanent agriculture, that's what it is. It's where you set it up and then it should be able to sustain itself. Putting inputs into the landscape that will give you the longest benefit, like swales to hold the water longer, putting perennial crops in that so they volunteer themselves to resow the next year and the year after, and then gathering your seeds from that area so they're more prone to your area. And there's a lot of permaculture inputs.
During the coronavirus, I had 2 weeks of break from work, and I didn't know where to go until I found this opportunity to join this farm and volunteer. And I always wanted to learn more about permaculture, and I think I was very lucky to find this place, and I've learned so much with Francine and Tali in those days.
But when I was a little girl, I did live with my grandmother in the French little forest, and she lived on a little farm and I was helping her. And
Where about in France?
In France, in Toulouse.
Ah, in Toulouse, nice.
Yeah. And I always used to love helping her, and that's probably my fondest memories was in that environment. So I've always been a little
Rural girl.
yeah, little earth girl. Since grandma.
Ah, nice.
Yes.
Francine and Tali. Tali doesn't like too much to be on a video. Say hello, Tali.
Hello.
A great helper in the farm.
She's the best helper on the farm. We couldn't do it without her. She's the wheel she's the second wheel on the bike.
Wow.
There's 2 wheels on a bike.
I met 2 beautiful people there are trying to re-establish the environment and give love to Mother Earth.
I ended up here because I've always wanted to return back to the bush, but it was a bit of a coincidence at the time. My son was not well, and some people brought me here just to get away, and I just ended up here from there. And I thought maybe he'd come and join us and get his hands in the earth and get healed, but he never did that, so I don't know where he's at. But yeah, so we've really enjoyed being here. We love this little spot, and
yeah, it's
hate
beautiful.
to have to leave it. Yeah. When we came here, there was nothing here. It was just an empty block. So we've built
No trees.
and no trees. Oh, there were some trees, but not many. So so there was nothing here. A lot of the trees were not here. As you'll see, they're quite small, and they're only up to, what would they be now, 4 or 5 meters tall. And and they're like 5 or 6 years old. But so we've built all the buildings. We've put all the water tanks in, the water dams, the solar farm, the solar setup, the wind generators, the gardens, the swales. So we've done all the work, and you can see now after this drought, things are starting to come back as well. A lot of things did die, but yeah, there's a lot coming back.
A lot of microorganisms.
Yeah, we put a lot of microorganisms, and we make our own microorganisms here. We make our own EMs, effective microorganisms, and biochar, which we've added to the landscape and into the gardens, and happy to show anyone how to make them. Alright, well firstly the main concern will be to keep going with our water sources. to build up more water systems, and also to build the soil up, because the soil here has been degraded through overuse from having a lot of livestock on it. Overgrazing. So
What did you have here before?
this was an overgrazed cattle farm, we're now up to the second generation, almost third generation of regrowth on the property, and there's quite a few different flora and fauna that are endangered on this property that are starting to come back as well, or are still existing.
And one of the most amazing part of their personality is that they never lose enthusiasm.
So what motivates us is being self-sufficient, obviously, not reliant on anybody. We'd like to be more productive with our food crops, which has been a bit of a struggle due to the 5-year drought. But we're getting ahead of it now, so it's just a matter of keeping that alive and keeping going and motivated with that. So we do need a lot more water catchments, which Tali would love to build. She's really great on the excavator. And we do want to finish setting up the market garden as well, and have a nice big market garden down the bottom.
So if you want to come to help, don't hesitate to contact the farm, and these beautiful ladies will be very happy to share their knowledge with you about permaculture. And while you're here, you will be able to enjoy these beautiful landscapes.